Good afternoon everyone, I'm Victoria and Spencer-Kibble from Vast Therapy, and I help professionals to cope with grief, reduce stress and anxiety whilst improving their sleep. I just wanted to talk really about grief today and the way that grief affects our sleep. Certainly when it happened to me, I didn't sleep. I just didn't. It was that much of a shock that you kind of feel like you're standing still and the whole world is literally spinning around you. They're still moving and you're motionless, and you're standing there not really feeling good enough, knowing what to do, feeling out of sorts, feeling different to everyone else, feeling like you don't belong, nobody understands you. There's so many different things going on in your mind in that initial grief period. And for me, sleep was just non-existent. I didn't sleep. And I gained that I knew that I needed to sleep, but what I found that I was doing was actually getting up in the middle of the night. And the reason why I wanted to speak about this today is because I do help a lot of people to improve their sleep, and a lot of people can actually bring sleep upon them. Sleep descends upon them as soon as we've done a session of rapid transformational therapy, but they can't actually stay asleep. Now I understand this because that was kind of me. I was so exhausted, so stressed, so anxious about everything. So there was so much worry, there was so much unknown what the future was going to hold, that I kind of was so exhausted I would actually fall to sleep eventually. That could be in the middle of the day, that could be in the night, and then I'd wake up, and then when I woke up the worrying thoughts were constantly there and I wouldn't be able to stop that thought process, and I'd that broken sleep. So even though I try to maintain a routine, because I had to, I've got 2 bereaved children, we'd try to keep that routine going and actually go to bed and wake up at the same time every morning and try and keep that routine for them as much as for me. I still had that broken sleep, and it was definitely grief that was making me wake up in the middle of the night. And I'm actually seeing that as a pattern right now with my clients as well, even though they can actually allow sleep to descend upon them and come to them and drift off to sleep. They can't actually, not all of them, a lot of them do completely get it straight away. But there have been a few now that haven't. I'd say 3 of them where, yeah, definitely broken sleep. And it seems to ping up a lot of the time. It's actually grief. And they wouldn't associate that grief with the lack of sleep. So for me, jumping on today, it's really important to just sleep when you can after grief. Just get that sleep whenever you can, because it is like a power nap. It re-energizes you. It lets you literally stop overthinking and feel that you can do it, even if it's for a short while afterwards, because there's lots of things that go on after grief. But that was just something that I wanted to say to people out there who are having broken sleep at the moment. There is always a root cause, there's always a reason to why we have that broken sleep. And until you actually get to that root, that reason, that cause, it will keep happening. You may have bouts in your life where you can sleep, and it'll be brilliant, and you'll be getting 7 to 9 hours. And then there'll be times where you really can't sleep. And for me now, as you can see, I post about how many hours sleep I have. I literally do have an enormous amount of sleep and feel great every morning, because I then go and exercise as well. So yeah, for me, now I've dealt with that grief issue, I can sleep, and I can sleep. I can let sleep descend upon me, and then I can sleep all the way through the night as well with unbroken sleep. And that's why I can smile in the morning. I have those phenomenal coping skills. Life will still deal me with issues that I need to deal with every single day. But what I'm trying to say is, don't bottle it up. Address it, because life is far too short. Address those issues, get them sorted, because sleep is so important to each and every one of us. And your children will see that learnt behaviour as well. I think my children certainly noticed me getting up in the middle of the night and getting paperwork out and looking at things and you know, crying and getting really upset because I didn't know which way to turn. I didn't feel I was good enough to do any of the stuff that I really needed to do at that time. So for me, just a top tip, address it. If you're trying everything and it's still not working, there is going to be a root, a reason, a cause to why you're having broken sleep. You may be able to allow sleep to descend upon you, but it's why you're having that broken sleep. It's a different reason, and that seems to be reoccurring, certainly with 3 of my clients now. So I just wanted to point that out to people, that those actual 3 clients, it's all been grief as well. So it's quite an interesting thing that's kind of popped its head up to me and shown its face to say, you know, that there is always a different reason. So yeah, guys, take the sleep when you can. It's okay to have a power nap, as long as it's before 4 o'clock and it won't affect your night's sleep or your daily sleep if you're on shift work. But look after yourself, because you do matter. You are enough and you are meant to be here and have a wonderful life. So make sure that your mental health, your stress around a situation, your anxiety that is brought on by that situation, your sleep, you get enough sleep, because it will make you have a wonderful life. So if you're struggling with anything, I'm Victoria and Spencer-Kibble from Vast Therapy, and I'll leave my calendar link in the comments below, and you can just hit that, have a free chat. I'm happy to give free tips anytime to anyone, just to help them along with the process and you know, sort those problems out. But by all means, have that free chat with me. I'd love to help, and have a wonderful day, everyone. Remember, inspire to achieve and achieve to inspire. Bye.